We have 1,295 Chinese schools and 524 Tamil schools in this country. If you ask me, these are the assets of the country. The Chinese community, they maintain all these Chinese schools simply because they know the 6 years basic education is the foundation or elementary study for the kids, for the children. That's why in Malaysia we maintain very high standard with the Chinese characters. There's over a period of 6 years, you need to master 2,800 character words. Compared to other countries, they only learn 1,000 plus. You know why? You know what is the difference? 2,800, you can write articles, you can read, you can even continue to study in Taiwan and China. That is the strength of Malaysian. When you are talking about the competitiveness, Malaysian, even I would say 14% of the vernacular schools, students, especially Chinese schools, they are non-Chinese. I mean, the student population, non-Chinese student population in Chinese school alone has reached 14%. So you don't be surprised one day the Malay can speak good Chinese, can be the teachers or lecturers in our universities. So in other words, by mastering language proficiency will give you advantage. The competitive age, you can even communicate with the world, and you can further your study in any of the countries. That's why the 6 years education is very important. The Chinese, they think that this is something that they want to uphold, they want to protect, and which is under the federal constitution. They have the right to learn the mother tongue education. And don't get me wrong, mother tongue education and Chinese subject alone, these are the two different issues. National school, we have Chinese subject. Chinese school, they have English, they have Bahasa, plus all other subjects in Chinese. This is called inculturation of the Chinese tradition, or even to inherit the cultures, or even the thinking, the philosophy of the Chinese. So 95% of the Chinese parents, they send the children to the school, vernacular schools. But after completion, upon completion of 6 years education, you notice more than 90% send their children to sekolah menengah kebangsaan. Why? They know in order to survive in Malaysia, you have to make sure that you got good results in SPM. Therefore, they even send the children to Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan or SMJK and to follow the national syllabus. And during the 6 year studies in primary school, in the vernacular schools, the syllabus were all designed by MOE. And the content, all from MOE, is not from Thailand, it's not from Taiwan, not from the China mainland. So we have to be careful. So some Malay leaders still think that, you know, our Chinese education is based on what been taught in China and Taiwan. No, totally wrong. Simultaneously, the three streams can be implemented at the elementary level, primary. And there's a process for them to emerge. There's SMK. Another 5 years. And up to the universities. And on top of that, we should conduct more programs like remote Rancangan Integrasi Murid untuk Perpaduan, RIMUP. The idea was motored by the former Prime Minister, Pak Lah, when he was the Education Minister in the 80s. But unfortunately, the government did not give sufficient allocation for that project. I still remember, no peruntukan how to start the project. That's where the Chinese, Malay, Indian, the three schools, you know, the three different schools, three different streams, they have to come out with, they have to work together, come to the Padang, and they have three teams, a good mix of three students from different schools, and they play together, and this is what which has been outlined in that remote program. Extracurricular activities, camping, and all this is another activities that we should promote. And you let them play together, you will see a lot of fun. Especially the Chinese, Indian, Malay, they can communicate using bahasa. I would love to see more programs like remote to be implemented in our country. We should give them, say, 50 to 100 million to Ministry of Education to implement this project.
Why didn't you push for the program?
Oh, we started because Treasury thought that it was just this important project, a couple of million. You know, we have 10,000 schools. So we should focus on this remote program so that one day when they come to secondary school, okay, they are no strangers to anyone. You know why Sekolah Wawasan failed? For simple reason. Chinese school, they have to learn three languages in the school. Sekolah Kebangsaan, they have less periods of study, PNP. Okay? If you have three schools under one roof, first, in order to manage the three schools, probably Chinese school 2,000, Malay school 2,000, and the Indian maybe 500, 4,500 people to sit in the canteen at the same time is impossible. In theory, yes, but it cannot work. You get what I mean? When you have 2 sessions for Chinese school, they have to shorten the period. They have to rush because they need to learn 3 languages. So the meeting point will not there. Even though it is under the same compound, it is not. It may not be necessarily a good interaction, among the students. Since my tenure as Deputy Minister and TPM as Minister, and PM especially as a Finance Minister, he had allocated a lot of money to the Chinese school and the Tamil school. Offhand, I can tell you, during my tenure, 415 million cash given to this LPS, Lembaga Pengelola Sekolah, the school boards, for them to implement all the infrastructure and what they call to do the maintenance job. 450 over a period of 4 years.
Why don't the DPA just make it an annual allocation for all the Chinese and Tamil schools? I mean, to treat them equally as on par with the national school.
Yes, but you ask me, for the past of late, the Sekolah Kebangsaan, they even get little allocation than the Chinese school and Tamil school. Because the number of Sekolah Kebangsaan is 6,900. You just imagine. Chinese school 1,200 and Tamil school, over a period of 4 years, they got 370 million.